Angels, wonderful parents with us to share their expertise and their stories. Kavita Sabu, she is a parent graduate in special education and taxation, a professional and entrepreneur from Nasik. And we have Dr. Neeta Diwan to share her expertise. She is a founder, director, and driving force behind Unmesh, a NGO. She is a doctorate in child psychology with expertise in sensory integration. Neeta Diwan dreams of an inclusive society. Dr. Neeta Diwan received a prestigious Mother Teresa International Award and Jewels of West Bengal, and many more awards are at her credit. And we have one more wonderful parent, Aparna Mehta. She is a postgraduate in commerce and was selected for Gujarat Public Service Commission. She is a holistic healer, Reiki Grandmaster, and Crystal Grandmaster, also into holistic needling. And she is a proprietor of Mrs. Sai Enterprises, and they are into manufacturing of unsaturated polyester pigments. She is associated with several other organizations. She is a president of Shri Forward Samaj Mahila Mandal since last 10 years. President of Special Olympic Bharat Telangana chapter since 2004, where they have more than 25,000 intellectual disabled children under the umbrella. She is a philanthropist, social worker, professional, hiki railer, and spiritual teacher, and inspirer to many of the parents of persons with cerebral palsy and persons with disabilities. And now it is my pleasure to invite Dr. Priya Sinha. She is a parent of a wonderful person, Mr. Ritesh Sinha. He is a writer, author, and a public speaker and researcher, and he proposed many theories in mudras, yoga, and healing. Dr. Ritesh Sinha is very active, a person with a cerebral palsy, successful person with a cerebral palsy, and she is also a reputed scientist in a reputed national institute. With this, I request now Professor Jayanti Pujari, who is a professor of rehabilitation sciences in MIT University, to chair this session and take the proceedings forward. We don't want to impose our IAACD or IACP ideology on the parents. You are free to talk, free to share your stories, and we have with us Professor Jenny Carroll as an supporter to this wonderful session, and she will be leaving in between because she has other commitments. She has to attend the same global listening sharing session hosted by Sri Lanka, and Gail may join. With this, I thank all of you for joining this session, and it is now your platform, Dr. Professor Jayanti. You can take this session forward. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, President of IACP, Mr. Mallikarjun, and thank you very much. Good afternoon to one and all. And I am really honored to get an opportunity to moderate this such an important and sessions. And my heartfelt gratitude to IAACD for organizing such a wonderful session for all over the world, and IACP for choosing me to moderate this important session. And today's topic is such an important area, that is the family and the parent. And raising a child with special needs does not take a special family. It makes a family special. And with this, with this background, I would like to just start the panel discussion. Like living with child with disability can have profound effects on the entire family, parents, sibling, extended family members. It is unique. It is a unique shared experience for families and can affect all aspects of family functioning. On the positive side, it can broaden the horizon, increase family members' awareness of their inner strength, enhance family cohesion, and encourage connections to community group or religious institutions. On the negative side, the time and financial cost, physical and emotional demands, and logistical complexity associated with raising a child can have far-reaching effect. And I like the topic, that is the, do we fully understand the needs of the family and how can we support them? With this, I would like to open this panel discussion on a very, very important variable of the family is an important stakeholder of this disability rehabilitation, and acceptance. The word acceptance is the only, if we accept the disability, then we celebrate the disability. Accepting and celebrating disability is the key term in the inclusive education. So acceptance is getting informed, getting understanding, and getting encouragement. And this is the last stage of the coping strategy. That is the, in psychology, when we say the denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and then it comes to acceptance. So this important variable, I would request all the esteemed panelists to come forward and talk about this acceptance variable in a different domain. First and foremost, I would request Ms. Neeta Diwan to tell her experience, her perspective about acceptance in parent level. Over to you, Ms. Neeta Diwan. If she is not there, can we go to
Yeah, you can go to.
can you go to Aparna, Miss Aparna? Can you
Yeah.
tell us about the community level, Miss Aparna?
Yes.
Acceptance in the community level. Please
Yeah.
go ahead. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm honored and it's a privilege for me to share my experience of being a parent. Community becomes a very important part in our, acceptance in the community basically becomes a very important and an integral part because the confidence that instills in us, the confidence that it plays a very important part being accepted in the community because it uh, helps us raising our head high and holding our child and moving in the society gives a big booster. And it comes as a it gives a goosebumps to me when a child is accepted in the society, in the community, and the confidence that he gains with that is a big booster for a family. It is such a big what do I say? I'm not getting words actually. I had prepared so much on this topic, but now I'm getting loss of words. It is the esteem of the family is so high then, and the confidence is so much boosted. So it plays a very important role. The community plays such a major role in acceptance because when a community accepts such people with open hands, the families play, the confidence and the overall perspective of the families in the contribution of such children in the country's overall development also changes. Like my personal experience in this also has mattered and it has changed because my son, when he's now working in a company, I got a mail from the company where he's working that he is not taken up under a CSR or something, but he's actually working in a, he's actually, contributing in the business of a company. That was a major boost and it gave me goosebumps. So I feel that that is a major booster. And when a community accepts your child, so it is very important that, you know, a community acceptance plays a major role. And the self-esteem of the family and the child grows majorly.
Thank you, Ms. Anna. You have stressed the importance of community, which is important ecosystem, microsystem of the family. And we would like to now go to our next panelist, Kavita ma'am. That can you please shed light on the acceptance in the family level?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. As Aparna told, like acceptance is like comes from within. First, the parents have to accept it step by step. So when the parents start accepting that, yes, I have a child who needs special attention, then comes the family part, the extended family part. If you are staying in a joint family, then your in-laws, the grandparents, the siblings. So even if you have an elder sibling, the elder sibling also has to be trained. Like your younger sibling has a problem and we have to live with it. So all the family has to come together and then only we can help that child. Otherwise, it becomes only very difficult for only parents to deal with it. So family acceptance, like I was very fortunate that I got such a family, and my family accepted it after we started. Oh, in what way can we help you? How can we? You can go further in this. They used to take her to my daughter. They used to take her to the parks everywhere. Even when she was in plaster, we used to plan our vacations or outings in such a way that my daughter was included. It was never like, okay, you stay home and we all will go. It was not never that. So when that comes, the confidence in child becomes so much, and the child thinks, yes, I am the part of family and I'm very privileged to have family around me. And it makes a difference, like lot of difference. It boosts up them, and even they work harder to achieve more, because they feel, yes, we can achieve more. Because they are praised, they are so much like they want to go ahead in life more. So if you are not accepted, then you don't even want to work. The child also doesn't want to work much. Why? Nobody's accepting me, so why should I work? I'm okay the way I am. But when you start accepting them, they also want to do more for themselves. So it makes a lot of difference. The acceptance of the family is a very key ingredient. Like, and if the family is supportive, nothing like it. And I'm grateful for my family. It was so supportive.
That's very wonderful, Kavita ma'am. Very well you have traced that how the encouragement from the family is the key to the success of the children.
Yes, definitely.
It's very hard to bring up any child, but it is harder to bring up a child with a disability because of the support system only.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Now we will go to our next panelist, Pushpa ma'am. Can you please shed light on the individual level of acceptance, ma'am? Over to you. Please unmute you, ma'am. Pushpa ma'am, please unmute. Miss Neeta, I'll come back to you. Now Pushpa ma'am will speak, then we'll come back to you. Pushpa ma'am, please unmute yourself. We are not able to hear. It is not audible. अच्छा, आप अनम्यूट नहीं कर पा रहे पुष्पा मैम? यू आर नॉट एबल टू अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ? या admin, can you please unmute Pushpa ma'am, please? पुष्पा मैम सुना ही नहीं दे रहा. Just may I request Pushpa just to hold on till we get unmuted so that I can come to now. Neeta Diwan has joined, so I will come to Neeta Diwan now. By that time, admin will request admin to unmute you. And welcome Neeta Diwan, you in the first one. And we have started with the acceptance of a family. May I request you to give your perspective on the parents' acceptance, parents' level acceptance. Unmute yourself.
Welcome all to this learning session based through listening. And thank you so much, Jayanti ji. We are talking about parents and the acceptance of the parents of their child. So it is when a child is expecting, we generally see children who can do all the work around us. And when we see a special child, who cannot talk or do anything, it generally happens that it is okay. But when it happens to us, it is not very okay because we feel so crestfallen and we need to understand the management program of our child. It becomes very difficult for a parent who is growing with the child and learning to become, say, a special educator to your child, therapist to your child, understanding everything of your child. And it is not very easy for parents to give up a regular, so you cannot maybe go for movies or for social outings yourself with your child. Your child is then at the end you feel, why me? Why is this child with me? And we have people telling you regarding the acceptance as to you have a child, okay, God gave you the child because God knew you could take care of your child. But that is not so. It takes a very, very long time to accept the condition. And when you accept it, the child has already grown to the next level, where perhaps another 10-year-old could do more than what your child is doing. So the comparison comes with the parent from the children around them. And again, you feel more and more dejected or, left out. So acceptance, the moment the parent accepts, the world becomes beautiful. You would do everything to improve the potential. The parents come to at peace. We accept the ability of the child as in all the possibilities and everything is as limitless. We would love to do anything. So that one thing that comes, the day that comes, it could be in 1 month, in 1 year, in 2 years. I would have every parent. The moment you accept the child as it is, things are totally beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Pushpa ma'am, and now can we invite you? Is it okay? Can you unmute yourself? Admin, can you unmute or shall we go ahead? Mr. Mallikarjun, shall I go ahead with the next question?
Yes.
Yeah, by this time when Pushpa ma'am can unmute, then we will get her perspective for both the themes.
Pushpa madam, are you able to hear? आप सुनाई दे रहे हैं मैडम आपको? हाँ, उधर एक माइक है उसके पास, उसे आप दबा दीजिए, अनम्यूट हो जाएगा. अच्छा, she may be trying to take a help from them.
Okay.
You can go ahead with other question.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much for the panelist. You have very elaborately you have told about the acceptance variable for the parents. We have listened to you, and it was really very informative. The next theme, what we would like to listen from you is the very main questions. That is, what after me? Parents would like that the care they have taken for their ward is ensured even after their lifetime. So, and always everybody, all the parents, they have the only like worry that what after me. So with this theme, we would like to listen from all of you, the esteemed panelists. And first, may I go to Miss Neeta Diwan, saying that, first, can we request Miss Aparna for creating a support system? What after me? Your perspective on creating support system. अनम्यूट करिए अपर्णा मैम अनम्यूट करिए
Hello.
Yeah.
yes
Yeah, sorry. This is Anila, Dr. Ritesh Sinha's sister. So, for my mother, it is saying only the host can unmute. Somehow she's getting this message.
okay
She-
Anila ma'am your mother can speak through your phone if you are near her.
No, I'm in a different city only. She's in Karnal. I'm in Gurgaon. I will speak if she's not able to join. I will at least speak her viewpoint. But if let it, I asked her to join again, rejoin. Can
Okay.
the host can unmute? No, I don't know why she's not able to, because the host can also unmute.
Can you unmute the host?
I'm trying, but I am unable to unmute her.
She joined again now, right now.
And we have given permission to unmute themselves also.
Yeah, I could unmute. I don't know what is, because she generally every day she joins a Zoom call.
I think Pushpa ma'am can log out and log in once again. Then it will be working. She can log out and then log in, and it will
From
get
here
on.
also I am trying, but I am unable to unmute her in other.
Okay, then
I
we'll
will.
continue.
Yeah, you continue. Otherwise, I will join and let you know their viewpoint or whatever I know of. Yeah.
Yes, Anila ma'am, you can in the second theme you can just wait for some time, and you can, if madam cannot join, you can put forward the viewpoint. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Aparna, am I audible to you?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you just elaborate about
Yeah.
creating support system in relation to what after
So-
me?
Yes. So here, the moment you get to know that you have a children with special need, you have a child with special need in your family, that very moment, the first thing that you should prepare yourself for is that you should either have a sibling, you should go in for a sibling, or you should have a support system. Maybe you can create, or you can have a, what do you say, uh, uh, an organization or a support system created where which can take care of him after you. Maybe a business, a small business type of a thing, or small skill. You can prepare. Basically, first of all, you have to prepare your son or a child who is differently able. You have to make him independent, but along with that, you have to also prepare a support system for him. You have to prepare a sibling who can take care of him after you. So simultaneously you have to work along with the child that you are preparing. The sibling also needs to be prepared that you have to take care of him after you. So with my experience, along with my child, I have been preparing my younger one, that because many times I've seen that if you have a child who is differently able, you don't go in for another child. But with my experience, I would suggest that you have to go for a child who will take care of your elder one if you have a differently able child, because then you don't have to worry that what after you.
Yeah.
So that is the best thing that you can do. If that is not possible, then you can definitely go in for an organization or I'm not getting the word that that you can do. Maybe you can
Assisted living, is it?
assisted living. Maybe you can start some organization or some
Basically, creating a support group for your child.
creating a support group for a child who will be taking care of your
Absolutely.
child, and then financially you can secure him and they can take care of him after you, because I
Yeah.
feel finance part is very, very important. If there's a financial aspect associated, then they can be taken care of.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Aparna.
Thank
About creating a support system, like you have said that all the macro system like family, neighbors, community, school, organization, everywhere we have to create a support system for a child to accept the child in a society. Thank you so much. Then, Kavita ma'am, may I request you to just give your perspective about what after me on the theme of what after me the inclusive living conditions.
My video is not
Chachi.
starting because host has.
No
मैं
worry,
इधर
we
sign
are
करके
able
देती
to
हूँ।
hear.
आपको हम पेरेंट्स से नहीं बात करने में जरूरत है।
सबका सेम फोटो
इधर sign करने।
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear. Nita madam, can you please mute yourself? Yeah, Kavita ma'am,
Yeah,
go ahead.
just as Aparna said, one step is like you have a sibling, but sometimes like it's not possible, and parents are, if it is genetic problem or parents are afraid to make a sibling, then you have to train your sibling, or you have to train like mama, masi, kaka, ki after me you have to take care your next to family, or if it's even sometimes like there are joint families and there are nuclear families. So now we are going towards nuclear family mainly. So in that sense, we have to have some societies kind of a thing, sanstha, which call organization, where you have to get some people of interest together. Like, okay, we all have the children of this type together. So maybe we form an organization and we go ahead, so that after me it can be taken care of with group of interested people. We can do that in a society. It's possible. Like in Nasik, we have one organization, Gharkul, where they take care of girls who are mentally retarded, mainly. So, but the parents have come together with this organization, and they have 40 girls who are staying there. Parents take them home in the vacation, but they are training them, because we are not there now. They are getting aged and they have single child, so they are getting them trained. So that type of things can be done. And next thing, we can even do a trust for financial aspect. I was thinking we can make a trust for the child, and you can appoint some trustees, your relatives or whoever, as a trustees, that after you the child doesn't need he or she doesn't need to worry about the finance aspect. So it is taken care of. So I'll advise everyone to look into the trust entity and form a trust whom you can appoint some people as trustees whom you trust, and then for their life it goes on the trust. So I am thinking of that lines for my daughter, and I'm verge of forming a trust right now. So it's my only thing I can give my input for this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. And very well, you have brought out the assisted living component, where that people can be without segregating themselves, they can stay in a inclusive setup, but with like-minded people and with proper support. Thank you so much. Now, may I request Neeta Diwan ma'am for skill set required for the independent living in terms of creating a support system. Over to you, Neeta ma'am.
Yes. So when we're talking about independent living, I strongly believe that every child should be taught some amount of functional activities for independent living, like basic. You are hungry, you should know basic cooking. You should know functional academics where you can buy things from. Nowadays, it is online. Children who are cognitively inclined can learn all the digital ways of communicating. It becomes much, much easier than going physically at places. And such independency would definitely, like we're talking about, not segregating a child, creating a community for the child. It would help if my child is skilled enough. Then the community that I'm creating, then the family that I'm creating, then the sibling whom I'm giving the responsibility after me, then the caregiver, then anyone like-minded, my neighbors, my anyone, they would be much, much more happy to take care of my child if my child is already maybe in not fully independent, but maybe on prompt dependency independent, on basic, like a sequential activities we've taught the child. The more independent your child is, the more better life the child will have in future after you. So when I think of my child, who at least the basic, the child should not be completely tolerant, because a lot of children having neurological conditions or cognitive inabilities, they need to be, so you have to have something called a socially acceptable behavior. Training a child where the child can be completely groom itself, eat itself, cook a little bit for itself, communicate its needs for itself. Like you have someone taking care of you, but how will you take care? You don't even know what the child needs. So I think that dependency, to remove the dependency of the child, is the key forward for the child's quality living after you. The child may live less years, more years, doesn't matter. I strongly believe teaching skills is the way forward, not only for employment, but it is more for gainfully employed. How will a child spend the entire day and not doing anything? The child will result into a lot of frustration and a lot of behavioral issues, which whoever will take care of, even when you are there as a parent, it becomes difficult. You cannot make the child constantly be on television, constantly. You have to teach the child something which is, maybe some children can do laborious activities to reduce their hyperactivity. Some children who cannot do laborious activity can do repetitive activities, like maybe binding a book or, doing something, helping in household activities, even like peeling. Winters, you just peel peas, you know how to do the small activity. You would be a contributing member of the family first. Be an independent member of the family first to become a contributing member in the society. The moment you're not a dependent member, everyone would love to have you. And I think what just now other parents have also said, that we should not segregate our child. We need assisted living, we need a community, we need a sibling, but not as a way where the child is uprooted from its own house, uprooted from its own community, uprooted from its own family, cousins, relatives, neighbors, teachers, therapists, whom the child has grown up and been in the comfort zone, and put them into some sort of a living which is far off, a residential facilities. Shifting it is more like, I would say, what I feel, if my son stays somewhere else and doesn't see people around him with whom he's grown up, then that would be more like what do I say, giving them harsh living and not a happy environment. So the happiest way forward is train your child, skill your child, make your child do everything. Be very, very strict on teaching your child. Do not say, nay, comfort zone, let it be. Let's, understand. Let us not be very understanding. As parents, we need to just be it. What the strict, we know which level we can go to the strictness. Because if we scold our child, we are okay. But if someone else scolds my child, I will not feel nice about it. We know the limits where we can go up to for my child. So the parent is the best teacher. You want a better world after you, create it yourself.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for bringing out very, very important issues like removing dependency, gainful employment, and reducing mental health issue. If the child is just kept like that and without any work, definitely there will be frustration, depression and all. And positive behavior is, we have to hone the positive behavior by reducing the mental health issues. And also you have very well brought out the aspect of contributing member of the family. what you have said. I think the parents really, they must have appreciated the way you are bringing up your child, and they will also
Thank
go
you.
forward in that way. Madam Pushpa ma'am, will you be able to speak, ma'am?
She wants to speak, but she's not. I don't know. A video is on, but audio is not getting on.
Anila ma'am, can you please shed light on the both the areas, like in terms of the acceptance in the individual level and creating what after me in the with the secured future, like how can we secure the future of children with disability?
Yeah, acceptance actually is the first step. So, in fact, what I realized, I mean, I'm not even 1 year, I'm 11 months younger to Ritesh. So, for me, it was a natural progression that he's there in the family. But when later I grew up and I realized that what would have been the key when I see other children and being neglected and not being cared for. So what I realized was that acceptance was a big key, because they it was a painful time for them, and it was very difficult time, and maybe lonely also, because they didn't have their relatives around. They came from different states, settled in another state. My father was working as a scientist there. So they accepted it as God's will, because I have seen in my life, for everything they have trusted God. So they accepted it, and then they moved on. So when Bhaiya was like very young, so it was only our parents around him. So he was in a very safe, secure zone, and nobody was making him feel that he has a problem. And my parents were meanwhile running from pillar to post to get a diagnosis done, because that time there was nobody who knew what cerebral palsy was. So they were going to Delhi, they were going to Baroda, they were going to Patna. And finally, even in AIMS, I think they did not get in. Finally, in some Safdarjung hospital, they got a diagnosis that he has cerebral palsy. And that time he was 11 months and I was already there. So they started doing whatever they could, started getting some literature, because there was no help available. But for my brother, I think it was a good childhood that way, because he was not being told, but everything that was good for him, that was done for him. And he was not speaking. He was 100% physically challenged. He was a non-verbal child. And he had all the difficulties which a CP child with 100% disability has. So my parents were trying to learn physiotherapy from different people, trying to do exercises with him, trying to get some aids for him. So finally, when he was around 3, he uttered his first words, and that was like, "Papa, ball de, give me the ball." So because my parents were always speaking to him, even if he was not responding or not saying anything, they didn't stop speaking to him. So everything was, he knew everything. So that is how he started. And then things started with for admission. People then he started understanding that he's different. People started telling him also, ये भी बोलते थे कि कुछ problem है, एक ही बच्चा है, and so many things like that, even saying that पागल है या कुछ है, something like that, to keep hurting him. I mean, he was big enough now to understand things. So they tried for admission, they were not getting admission. All the schools rejected his admission. And then one school admitted, with the condition that you have to admit your daughter also. So they had to get me also admitted, but the attitude was very bad. People were very rude, very unkind. And somehow I got admission to another convent school. My parents kept trying for like 5 years that he gets into the convent, so he gets some good education. But it was only when it was UN, I think, first declared the year of handicapped, the first time, I think in 1981, he was in class 3rd, that the principal decided. She was a visionary. She thought everybody will refuse. I will just give him a 1 week admission and see what the teacher says. So she tried an experiment and she gave admission. So my parents were very excited. Even for that 1 week, they bought him a dress and everything, so he doesn't feel out of the place. They tried. The teacher was very cooperative. So I think it was God's hand in this, though my parents were trying their best, but there was no outside support till then. So the principal and the school teacher kind of gave him admission. And the principal was also allotted to children that duty, that whenever he has to go to the toilet, whenever he has to come to the assembly, you both have to go with him. So they are all 50 years now, all of them, and all of them are still very good friends. So whenever he is here, they will try to meet him. So that is the kind of impact a leader creates. First, the leader is the head of the family. The second leader is the head of the school. So that time, that way his journey was going on. It was very difficult for him to write. He could not write. So he tried to note down. My parents would note down every day the homework and the classwork and everything. One day, he was very fond of reading. So our parents had given us a very rich environment of books. So one day he was reading Christine Nolan's autobiography. So where he read, accept your disability as a golden label. And that is the time his attitude totally changed. He said, now, I mean, it's actually a golden label for him. And he suddenly felt, okay, I need to change my own way of thinking. This will not change. The society will not change. So he got a little more confidence. So that gave him acceptance of his own self. Though he was also thinking we were both the same age, like, why me? For example, as a sister, I also used to think it could happen. It can happen to anybody. And we were always together. Like for lunch, I would go open his tiffin box, make him have food, and then come back to my class. So we were always there together. And then there was his class 10th. So class 10th, everybody was like, he was also like, I'll not pass. In, I think, pre-boards, he just secured probably 2 or 3 marks in chemistry. My mother had gone to US. She was also a scientist. She was on a project. So there was some difference of opinion in the family with my father and my brother, and they fought, and my brother didn't write anything. So he just didn't even pass. But when the result came for 10th board, he had scored, with the help of a writer, he had scored 75% marks. And then his confidence in this also rose that, okay, I can also study well. Because everybody in the family also used to say, ki ye kuch nahi kar payega. He cannot do anything. So then he did his 10th and then 12th, and then came college. College also, he was refused admission. They said we can only give him BA. But both parents being scientists and he was interested in science, then they fought him to get admission in science. And luckily, again, the head of the organization, the college, was very good. And by this time, my brother also, what was helping us? A lot of innovations in the family, because then he was seeing, one day he was seeing this program on UGC. Ek 4 baje se 7 baje morning, early morning, there used to be classes. He suddenly saw a person who had modified his tricycle, a rickshaw. So he thought, if he can modify a rickshaw, I can also modify something. So he, with my father, they modified a cycle to a tricycle, which was foot driven, because all tricycles are hand driven. So this one was foot driven. So now they changed the seat and everything. Now he became very independent. So he could go around in the city. He would fall also, but that was not stopping him. He even used to go till 5-6 kilometers. But then it was like, ab to mere pankh aa gaye. Now I'm not dependent on anybody. My father will not need to take me. My mother will not need to take me. So he became very independent. And then he started going to college on this. And the principal was so good that he changed all of that to all the classes to ground floor because of lifts and everything. So this is how he went. I think I'm running short on time.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is the way the students really, they get encouragement and acceptance in way if they get Angel in the educational institute also. And thank you very much. You have the tagline of today's panel discussion is what your brother has said, that is the accept your disability as a golden label.
Yeah, that is written by Christine Nolan. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you request 1 minute for you to tell about the secured future of about the future safe?
I would like to add one thing. Even Ritesh Sinha abbreviation of cerebral palsy, his way of expansion is a CP is a capable person.
Not cerebral palsy. Yeah. So
he
very
treats
good. That is the
himself as a
tagline.
capable person, and he advocates that also.
Yeah. Then one more theme is there, but we would request you to for 1 minute to tell anything about the what after me in that theme. How can they secure the future, the financial future safe, future proof?
So it has been my parents' constant worry कि क्या होगा हमारे बाद, जब तक हम हैं तब तक तो my father is no longer there, but his last words also were like कि what, मतलब रितेश ही निकला उनके मुंह से ऐसे. So this is there. मतलब उनको अपनी तकलीफ नहीं नजर आती, वो यही नजर आता है कि बच्चों का क्या होगा, what will happen to our children after us. So my mother was very careful about certain things. So she's been trying like day in and day out what to do. So one is the house. So the house is made like he can move around in the house, he can operate in the house mostly independently. Second is the financial security in terms of money, because you need constant money. So what she has done is there is this annuity plans called like Jeevan Shanti. So Jeevan Shanti, you put a lump sum amount of money until you are you live. You will get a certain amount of money starting from either today or after 10 years. Now my brother is already working in the High Court in Karnal. So he has a salary that comes in, though he will not get a pension. So he will get that money. So she's invested in Jeevan Shanti. Then there was another policy which LIC had. So that also they had invested, but the problem was you get the money immediately, so it becomes taxable. So we didn't need that money right now. So Jeevan Shanti was one thing. Second thing that she has done, she has no idea about mutual funds and stocks, but she has invested. She is my brother's salary. She puts a certain amount of money in the SIPs, the systematic investment
Okay,
plan.
I think I will stop you here because another one more theme is there for everybody. That is the last one. That is that what are the community and family support? First of all, thank you very much, Anila ji. You have very wonderfully brought out the like the family aspect of the raising persons with disability. And the last one that we will be asking all the parents to give their perspective on the what are the community and family supports you have got and you require and what you advise for the other parent. And in that, like having a strong and well anchored support system to lean on when times get tough is very, very fundamental for raising a child with disability. So I would request Aparna to just give you 1 or 2 minutes regarding what community and family support you will suggest for other parents also, what you have received and what you give what is the one liner your advice to other parents. Over to you, please unmute.
Yeah, so here I would like to say, and I believe totally on this, service to humanity is best work of life, and what you give, you get. So I totally believe in this, and I give ample love to people around me, and that is what I give, and my children also get that. So, whoever come under my umbrella, I give ample of love to them, and that is what my children get. So I believe spread love and get love. So wherever I go, my children and me, I get immense love, immense acceptance, and I believe in that totally. Just keep spreading love, keep spreading good vibration, keep spreading the goodness around, and you get that. I know it is difficult around, it is very difficult to have good people around with all the things going around, but if you have goodness in you, you get goodness around.
Very true. Very
Thank
I
true.
totally believe in
Thank
this.
you. Thank you.
I agree with you,
Thank you,
Aparna ji.
Aparna.
If you have
Yeah.
goodness within you, I strongly believe you will get goodness around.
Yes.
Please do not give up hope. Ever, ever, ever.
No,
Ever.
I believe in that, and I'm getting that all around.
Me too. Me too.
Me
Yes.
too, me too. I also went to that. Me too. Same
Me
things
too.
like
Me too
it's
here.
the same.
Same here.
So yes, we are
Just
all on
be
same
happy,
page,
need
and
to
that's
go
why
in a
our children
positive
are
manner.
thriving the way they are now.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Then thank you very much for all the panelists, because all of you have come together to tell about that is the last theme, that is the community and family support. That is the voice of the family of India. And I think we can conclude with this, and with a two-liner summary, I can just tell you that this is a very, very important sessions we have heard from the horse mouth, the family, who is a very, very important stakeholder in the disability rehabilitation. And they are equal to 12 professionals. One parent, I am a teacher trainer, and we always tell the students that one parent is equal to 1 dozen of professionals. And we have discussed about the three main areas of the family support and listen to family, that is the acceptance and the what after me and the support system. and all the panelists. Thank you very much. Very amazingly and wonderfully, you have put forward the main issues in that. And all the participants, I think they must be getting very good understanding about what a family needs and what the family how can we take forward the family and the children with disability. Thank you so much. Over to you, Mr. Mallikarjun. Over to you, Mr. Mallikarjun.
You have to unmute
Mute है
yourself,
sir
sir.
आपका.
Now I think. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I tried my best to unmute Dr. Pushpaji, but I could not do it, and I made her co-host also. But I'm sorry that we missed her wonderful lecture or whatever she wanted to share. But Anila has compensated, and thank you very much, Anila. And here Asyalata is there. She is one of the senior most professional working in this field. And if she wants to say something, she is welcome. And Sujane Smith from Australia, all the way they joined this session. If they would like to say something on the session, I welcome them. Sujani. So, Smith. Hello. Now you are able to hear Sujani.
Yeah, just briefly,
Yeah.
I am thrilled to participate, so thank you. I am so excited to hear about the desire to create independence in people. I fully agree how important this is, even if this is in only a very small way. I think everybody is capable of learning something, and we need to work hard to find out what that is, be it communicating their needs in a simple eye blink, be it learning to toilet themselves, be it learning to feed themselves, be it learning to contribute to a workplace. We just need to move people on to the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step. So well done. I totally agree. I've worked in this area for over 30 years. So worked in many different settings, and this is crucial. And I love the concept of acceptance, and we can't always know how long this will take, but we can keep hope that it will happen. So thank you very much. And I've put my email in the chat if anyone does want to converse at some later time. Thank you.
Thank you, Smith. Any one of you would like to speak or have any questions, please. So we are going to wind up. It is already 1 o'clock. All of them are busy professionals, and I think Hasyalata is left.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Meena Agarwal from Lucknow. I'm a parent of now an adult son. He is now 32 years. Being diagnosed with cerebral palsy in 92, he is now 32 years. And with the help of family acceptance, and always there was nothing to know what about my child and all. Today he's independent. What all the experts here discuss about it. A child has to be independent and functional so that he can really manage himself, whatever he is possible for. And whatever strength and ability the child is having, we have to work on both the strength and the abilities and the weaknesses. Service, and today he is able to complete his B.Ed in special education from Shakuntala Mishra, Lucknow. And I'm running a center. He was a motivation and inspiration from all of us. Because of him only, I was able to do and help other children also. I'm running my own center at Lucknow in Saksha, and he's helping me in my center, as well as he's trying to get the government job and appearing for his teacher exam. So being a CP child, what you said, capable person. So our children have a lot of potential and they can do a lot of things only when parents accept and they just make it a दृढ़ शक्ति होके कि नहीं मुझे अगर मिला है मुझे मेरा बच्चा तो मुझे कुछ सिखाने के लिए मिला है और मुझे ही क्यों मिला है और मुझे जो मैं बेस्ट कर सकती हूँ एज अ मदर आई ऑलवेज हैड दिस अ क्वेश्चन मार्क कि मैं एज अ मदर कुछ कर सकती हूँ तो आई विल गिव माय बेस्ट एंड टुडे आई feel the hard work never goes waste and miracles and be positive and always thankful to God. Thank you all of you. It was lovely session today. Very informative, very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't want to take much time of your son. It is a working day. Thank you all of you for joining and participating, sharing all of your wonderful thoughts, which will go a long way and help other parents and professionals to make this world better. And love all, serve all, what our Aparna Ji's quotation, and we all love our children and our children, matlab, our children with the cerebral palsy, children with disabilities, and God loves us, and we are all created by special parents, special teachers, all are special creation of the God, and thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you. I will just
Thank you.
I will
Thank you.
conclude with saying that disability never comes with an instructional guide. It comes with a family who never give up.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Prakash.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I would just also end up with a quote, like every ability has a limitless possibility.
Yeah, great. All 5 panelists can come together so that I would like to take a photograph.
Okay.
All of you, that Pushpa madam, Anila, Aparna, and Kavita madam. I think they left.
No, we are all there.
Yeah, Aparna madam is not coming here. I
She's
think,
there.
No,
Yes,
I'm there.
she's there. She's there. Maybe you can't see in one screen.
You can't see, but she's there.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Thank
yes.
you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shall I end the meeting? Thank
Yeah,
you.
please.
Thank you.